So spent the whole week coding a lot of stuff for Pokemon. So if you haven't been watching, I'll kind of pull up one of my old videos just so you can get some context. But what I've been doing is actually writing Python scripts that can play Pokemon for me. So here was the first one, just for some context. And actually, it's probably better for me to just play the short, so you can quickly get an idea. Let's hide one of these. How do I hide this? Okay, whatever. I do want to show you what I've been working on, which is pretty cool. We basically have an auto clicker. We have a function that clicks up. It is actually more useful than you would think. So let's say we fly somewhere like here. So if I run the script right here, instantly it goes right there and it starts walking up. This is infinite steps. So that means you could automatically hatch eggs. That means you could automatically get your Pokemon to level 100. You could automatically breed Pokemon. So that's like 3 major tasks that you can do right away. Cool. So if that doesn't make sense, basically I built an auto clicker, a Python script that can play Pokemon for me on my phone and get all my Pokemon to level 100. Reason is because I'm kind of challenging myself to create a script. I caught a Feebas, which none of this really matters. I caught a really ugly fish. It's probably the most tedious Pokemon maybe in Pokemon history to get to evolve. And so I thought rather than get it to evolve, I would just basically write a script that can get me as many of them as I want and get them to level 100 if I want. So that's where I'm at. What's cool is I just downloaded Resolve 20 and let me actually change that. I just downloaded Resolve 20 and there's some really cool AI features that I want to give a test to. The first one is audio balancing. So what you can do with the new Resolve is you can have it create a pro level audio mix with AI. And I don't know where you would go to do that. Workspace. So I will find it. Let's pull up a tutorial.
DaVinci Resolve 20 just dropped with some pretty insane AI features. How many of them are actually worth it? I tested every single AI feature that Premiere has put into place. But DaVinci didn't have one yet, so that's why I believe this is such an amazing update, because DaVinci users get to now have this text-based editing that was all the rave over on Premiere. Here's how it works. When you upload your media, use it yet. So number 2, you're going to bring your audio into the Fairlight tab, which before this update, I've never touched the Fairlight tab. Didn't even know it existed. Didn't know it was meant for audio. But now I'm going to use it because what the audio assistant does is you drag your audio into the Fairlight tab, into one of the tracks, you go to AI tools, AI audio assistant, and then it gives you a delivery standard. So basically you have a standard for Netflix, YouTube, Disney. It gives you all these different options. It's such a small change, but it's one of those intentional changes that most people won't notice, but how they receive the audio is going to be much better. Number 3, we have voice convert, which this is just freaking cool.
Okay. Not a huge fan of this guy, sorry. But let's go ahead and just take this audio. We're going to go to AI tools.
For some reason I didn't want to sound like this, I wanted to sound like
this. All I have to do is go into DaVinci Resolve.
Throw my audio clip and use it. So number 2, you're going to bring your audio into the Fairlight tab, which before this update, I've never touched the Fairlight tab. Didn't even know it existed. Didn't know it was meant for audio. But now I'm going to use it because what the audio assistant does is you drag your audio into the Fairlight tab, into one of the tracks, you go to AI tools,
Timeline, AI tools.
AI audio assistant, and then it
AI audio assistant. So what this is doing is it's actually going in, and let me actually Control Shift Escape just to get up Task Manager and see where we're at on performance, specifically with the graphics card. Oh. So it's cooking. Oh, here we go. Nice. Let's see. Do want to show you what I've been working on, which is pretty cool. We basically have an auto clicker. We have a function that clicks up. It is actually more useful than you would think. So let's say we fly somewhere like here. So if I run the script right, that is a huge difference. That's actually kind of insane. Man, that is crazy. Let's shoot.
DaVinci Resolve 20 just dropped with some.
Let's go into my live stream real quick, and what I want to do is I'm just gonna cut to the studio, make sure I have the chat open, because this is pretty cool stuff. Let's do this. New AI. I'm all about embracing like whatever is whatever is like the most efficient. So if this sounds really good and it's optimized, then that's honestly enough for me. And I'm good with that. So let's keep going. Let's finish this short, because that was one of the things that I wanted to do. What is going on here? Oh, so this is the original. I do want to show you what I've been working on, which is pretty cool. We basically have an auto clicker. We have a function that clicks up. It is actually more useful than you would think. So let's say we fly somewhere like here. So if I run the script right here, instantly it goes right there and it starts walking up. This is infinite steps. So that means you could automatically hatch eggs. That means you could automatically get your Pokemon to level 100. You could automatically breed Pokemon. So that's like 3 major tasks that you can do right away. I don't like that it fades out. And then, but either way, what I want to do is go to next. So I'm going to try to get better at transitions. The next thing that I want to show is the AI subtitle generator. And what they did is they created dynamic text so you can actually edit it more easily and have better retention. So let's go ahead and figure out how we can do that. So I think it's create subtitles from audio. And let me figure out, so let's figure this out. Resolve 20. Here we go.
Hello, my friends. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you create automatically subtitles in DaVinci Resolve. Not only this, but how to animate them too. So without further ado, let us indulge, my friends. Hello, my friends. Welcome, welcome. First things first, I need to let you know this animated subtitles created in subtitles studio is actually DaVinci Resolve Studio feature only. So unfortunately, you can only use it for paper. If you have clips or videos on your camera, that's fine. If you have any more, please try to get into your camera. So this is what we're going to use. Hello, my friends. You want to get full video in DaVinci Resolve? Okay, so this is what we're going to use to create subtitles automatically. How do you do this? What you need to do, navigate to the top where it says timeline, go to AI tools, and then click create subtitles from audio. With this feature, this dialog will never pop up. You're presented with a few options. The first one will be presented with language. By default, you'll limit the language you use this effect, and that's until you press enable extended language support later. Effectively, what this will do, if you enable this, new pop-up will appear, and this will ask you if you'd like to download some resources. I would recommend you do this because once you do, you'll be presented with all of these additional languages that you could use rather than the limited languages that you'd be able to use without it. So please press extended language support and download the extra resources. You will not need to restart DaVinci Resolve. Next, after
Wait, why does he want that?
you enable this, a new pop-up window will appear, and this window will ask you if you'd like to download some more resources. I would recommend you do this because once you do, you'll be presented with all of these additional languages that you could use rather than limited languages that you'd be able to use without it. So please, please, please press extended language support and download the extra resources. You will not need to restart DaVinci Resolve. Next, after you pick your language, I'm going to go English. You have caption preset. You'll be presented with 3 presets here: subtitle, default, daily text, and Netflix. By default, I think it would be 42. I would say keep this to 42 if you're doing landscape or YouTube content. If you're doing social media content, I would reduce it down to 20. Or if you want a single word to pop up, put this down to 1. But for now, because we're doing YouTube content, I'm going to keep it down to 42, subtitle default. Next, the amount of lines, I'm going to keep it down to single, and the gap between subtitles, I'm making it 0 frames. So once you're happy with these settings, press create, and then wait for the DaVinci Resolve to work its magic. Just like that. Marvelous. Sensational. It actually creates it relatively quickly. So if I press space, I press play right now. Hello, my friends. You want to do the image video in DaVinci Resolve? I'm going to show you that really quickly right now. So without further ado, let us indulge, my friends. Perfect. That's actually transcribing the subtitles extremely accurately, which is great. Okay, so say for example, you want to do the subtitles. If you click onto the new subtitle track, you can see if you enable this sector, at the top right corner here, make it open. You can actually see you have all of the subtitles that you created. And if you want to do, for example, correct words, you can do so here. If you like to change across every subtitle, such as color, font, etc. Navigate on caption, the track, and as you can see, you can adjust the fonts, and it updates all the time, which is great. You can change the color, the size, the coding, everything you can think of, you can change.
Okay, cool. So you do it from inspector.
I drop shadow, which is great. But this is not what we want to do. We want to animate this. How do you do that? Well, I can show you. If you navigate to effects at the top right corner here, and then we press titles, and we scroll all the way down, you'll be able to see that we have something called animators. These are presets for animated subtitles in DaVinci Resolve. So if we click on same, for example, and we drag this not onto a single clip, but onto the subtitle track itself, immediately it's going to change, and you can see. If I press play, hello, my friends. You want to do the image video in DaVinci Resolve? I'm going to show you that really.
Okay, that's it. That's it. That's what we want. So how do they do that? Let's slow it down.
The coding, everything you can think of, you can change it. I drop shadow, which is great. But this is not only to effects at the top left corner here. And then we press titles, and we scroll all the way down. You'll be able to see that we have something called animators. These are the presets for the animated subtitles in DaVinci Resolve. So if we click on statement, for example, and we drag this not onto a single clip, but onto the subtitle track itself, immediately it's going to change, and you can see. If I press play, hello, my friend.
So let's wait for it to create these subtitles. I should have done that while I was, oh, that was super quick. Do want to show you what I've been working on, which is pretty cool. We basically have an auto clicker. We have a function that clicks up. It is actually more useful than you would think. So let's say we fly some. What I've been working on, which is pretty cool. We basically okay, so I need to go into effects. I'm gonna go into OpenFN, no, titles. All the way down. Basically, word highlight. Do want to show you what I've been working on, which is pretty cool. We basically have how do I edit this? So we want this to be white, obviously. Red is probably fine. Background color, outline color. Okay, let's see what this. Do want to show you what I've been working on, which is pretty cool. We basically have an auto clicker. We have a function. Let's copy this. Paste it throughout the whole timeline. We just want zoom. Let's see if that did anything. We fly somewhere like here. So if I run the script right here, instantly it goes right there and it starts walking up. This is infinite steps. So that means you could automatically hatch eggs. That means you could automatically get your Pokemon to level 100. You could automatically breed Pokemon. So that's like 3 major tasks that you can do right away. I hate that. Right away. Do right away. Tasks that you can do right away. I don't know why it fades out. I hate that. But it's probably not worth fixing. So we have great audio, we have engaging subtitles, and all of this was done automatically. I do want to show you what I've been working on, which is pretty cool. We basically have an auto clicker. We have a function that clicks up. It is actually more useful than you would think. So let's say we fly somewhere like here. So if I run the script right here, instantly it goes right there and it starts walking up. This is okay. So I think we're good on that. What other I really like
Any
this
mention
guy.
of AI and video editing is such a touchy subject right now. I mean, I don't want to be replaced by a machine, but the brand new DaVinci Resolve 20 beta that's out now, you can go download it. It's loaded with tons of AI tools. But actually, they seem to be taking care of more of the boring order because the video is for 15 seconds or 30.
Yeah, the music editor, not super helpful, not super helpful. Magic Mask 2, very helpful. Audio assistant. I think that was actually
Enough. AI audio assistant. Now, this is a way forward. DaVinci Resolve over here to do an automatic AI-based professional mix for you in the background. Now, they do suggest you duplicate your timeline first because then you don't have to worry about changing settings if you didn't like it. So duplicate your timeline first. Go to the timeline menu. You got AI tools, and here it is, AI audio assistant. And we get to choose a delivery preset. Sure, we'll choose YouTube, and it'll automatically mix things and sort things for us. Let's take a listen. This is done to how it sounds. So audio classification, dialogue mix, music mix. Geez, it went so fast. Let's take a listen.
So faith is rising up. I grabbed Nate and I was like, hey, I got this idea. Can you help me flesh it out? And of course, he like, just some keys. And he's like, boom, boom, boom. Next thing I know, the song is ready, but we need a bridge. That's where the line came from, where we said,
Wow, that is not too bad. Let's listen to what it was just before. So this is the original.
so faith is rising up. I grabbed Nate and I was like, hey,
It definitely did a lot to his voice there. Come back over here. This is the mixed one.
faith is sure. I'm gonna see what I'm praying for. I'm gonna see what I'm praying for. Sometimes that means that you got.
voice convert. Yeah, let's see if
AI
he
animated
says
subtitles. That
anything
means word for
else.
word things can pop up on screen. We're gonna go to the timeline menu like we did before, but this time it's inside the AI tools. It wasn't here in 19, so if you're looking for it. Create subtitles for audio, which is just listening to the timeline to create our subtitles initially. We're just listening to it. So this creates the subtitles, then we can easily change it out with Fusion title afterwards. So let's take a listen, make sure it's correct first.
Our response is not to wait with eager expectation for the day when we get event.
Alright, so some text is there, doesn't matter what it is. But the idea is you go to the effects panel. Now in the toolbox we have a whole category for subtitles that are animated that Blackmagic has done for us. So you can do something like word highlight, you drag word highlight to this track header area of subtitles, and now this is gonna be responsive to the text changes as it goes. And it's editable after the fact. So check this out.
Our response is not to wait with eager expectation for the day when we get avenged. Like instead, our response is to take.
If I select the track, this is the track level effect. I'm over here to the inspector, and then with the track selected track over here, we can change parameters. So in the past section, I can limit the fonts to a certain font list. Let's do that here. So let's say our brand font is going to be Archivo Condensed or something like that, and we want to make it much, much larger, and we want to reposition it on screen because, you know, we maybe want that up in the center there. And who wants yellow? I don't want yellow, I want white. I'll choose that there. And
Our response is not to wait with eager expectation for the day when we get avenged. Like instead, our response is to take a lesson from the parable of the unmerciful servant.
pretty amazing, right? If you're doing social media content, not doing DaVinci Resolve, I think you might be doing something wrong. AI IntelliCut.
That's crazy. Remove silence. Let's see how they do this.
Checkerboard audio feature. Another really cool tool you can work with in Fairlight that's AI based is to remove silent areas, or basically areas that are below a certain threshold where it just basically deletes the audio. And you probably have some sort of a background that is audio when you do this, but this to clean up any, you know, any extra sort of noise and signal. And the way this one works is you select the edit tool, we get a range select again, you right click, and this one is called, well, to remove silence, it's to remove silence right there. It's not under the AI tools. So this is going to give me sort of threshold adjustments that I can make, and the red areas are basically telling me we're going to completely non-destructively delete from the timeline. So I might want to make it not cut out quite so frequently, so I can change the threshold here, as well as add phase to the beginning and end of the clips, and I just turn these numbers down a little bit differently, so we don't cut in quite as much. I don't know, remove silence. So in the past you talked a lot about animals. Where does that actually come from? I think just because we always had pets growing up in my house. I think that's a much better result. AI Smooth Cut. So what Smooth Cut does is it helps you cover up jump cuts in interviews. And yes, Smooth Cut's been on these keyboards, it's been around for a long time. This is a new version of it. So I want to show you how this works and how it compares to the old one. So this is the jump cut I'm dealing with my timeline.
Kansas City to the camp there. Well, somebody have to do
Pre-drawing, right? And this right underneath it is a rendered out compound clip of using the Smooth Cut. So I did render it out. I found it's better to compound clip than render transition, but here it is with Smooth Cut with Speedboard.
City to the camp there. Well, somebody have to do. We need
Isn't that beautiful? That's a great thing. So this is what the old one looked like without the speed checkbox checked in the inspector.
to the camp there. Well, somebody have to
See how if you look at this part of the frame, it just totally morphs and meshes the chair in the background as their head moves. The old one was not able to identify her separately from the background apparently.
do.
Okay, the AI Super Scale has also been improved. So if you're working with like 1080p footage and you need to measure like 8K footage, like using toolpaths, you don't necessarily need to do that. You just need Resolve Studio, the AI Super Scale tab over here in the inspector, and change this to something bigger. 4x would be like going from 1080 to 8K. If you're just going to 4K from 1080, you could use the 2x enhanced as well. And all that is better performance, better looking. But there's also the AI depth map that got improvements, and that's always been a bear and really hard on the computer. I found it performs much better. So this is a really monotonous, like very blue shot. Maybe I want to introduce some warms into it, some sort of later morning vibes to the foreground. I can add another node here with Option S, drag the depth map effect from the inspector, and you'll see it is automatically.
Okay. So that's honestly, those are the ones for this that I really care about. And that's going to make video editing way easier. I do want to show you what I've been working on, which is pretty cool. We basically So here's what I'll do. I'll take this. Let's bring the size up a little bit, move it to the center. I want to show you what I've been working on, which is pretty cool. I don't like that actually. We basically have an auto clicker, which means I don't need this changed either. And all I want to do on these is bring up the size. All right. So honestly, this is good. Let's just export it. And then we're going to move on to another stream. And something that I learned from Ludwig, let me close out of these and check the chat real quick. So should be good on that. Something that I learned from Ludwig recently is like stream for the clip. So my goal right now is just to find the clips that I can just cut and paste. Because if I can do that, I can scale content easily without a lot of work, right? I just notate the time where big events happen. Okay. So honestly, I think this is good. Let's just export it. Let me make sure it's shorter than a minute. Yep. File, export, custom export. File name, we will call this walk up. We'll browse this, we'll go into videos. I think I have one just for shorts, didn't I? TikTok and stream 30 days. Did I export these straight to Easy Store? Can I do that? Okay. With Python coding, Coding script. Walk up. Auto clicker. Easy store. Shorts. Let's render that. Cool. Completed in 7 seconds. That's actually crazy. Now what I'm going to do is actually post it right now live. And we're just going to make sure that there's no problems with this. So let's select a file. We're going to go to Easy Store. Shorts. I broke. Easily. Not made for kids. That's interesting. Follow the live stream. So let's go to this. Media pool. Let me see if I can. Let's see this.
What's up, my friends? So in this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how you can create subtitles for your video and how you need to export these subtitles in the result. You already see that I already created titles. It's very easy. You go to timeline up here, then you click on create subtitles from audio, and then you need to give your language, so it's English. Then you need to do the caption preset. I will put it to Netflix, so I put it in next, and the lines I put them to double, and then I hit on create. I already did this, so I cancel it, and then you will automatically create your subtitles. And now if you want to change the titles, you click on the subtitle, and then you go to the inspector tool, and then you click on caption, and here you can change your titles. If you want to change the style of the font, you go to track, and here you can change the font style, and you can change the font face. You can also change the color if you want. And what I did more is I gave the stroke a black color, so you have a nice small black stroke around these white titles, and then I pull up the size of the stroke.
Okay, let's see. I see. Cool caption. Okay, let's see what he does.
All the way to 6, and then you get this really nice black little stroke around your titles. What I really prefer. Now we want to export these titles in our video. So how to do this? We go to page, and then of course we want to give it a name, export title. Then you need to give up your location, of course. I just leave this to the default settings. If you want to know export settings for the digital, I created another video in there. I'll put it in the description. And then the important thing is you want to go here, subtitle setting, and then you want to check this box, export subtitles. Then you can choose format, you can choose as a separate file, but we want to burn it into the video. So don't forget to check this box and to set the setting, because otherwise you have a long video exported without subtitles. Then click on add to run the queue, and you are good to go. Thanks for watching, and I will check you out in the next one. Bye bye.
Ah, you can burn it into the video. What the heck? Okay. So that's interesting for the future. I will do that in future videos, but not for this one. I just want to get it posted. Okay, cool. So that's posted. Let's make more. Um, so we'll go through the full gambit of finding a good clip, turning it into a short, everything in between. So let's go back to raw clips. Steps. So that means you could audible 100. So that's like 3 major tasks that you can do right away. Let's go to media. Oh, this is media. Streams. New bin. I'm gonna say shorts. All right, so like let's look at this real quick. I hate this. So apparently there's a rectangle. What is that? What did I just do? Oh. On the top right of the viewer, rectangle. Cool. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm okay with this. So that's that. Let's hit scroll. Let's go into the okay.
So all you have to do is go to preferences. Okay, well, this is what you're going to see at first. So you're going to go to user, UI settings, uncheck. I repeat, uncheck the 2D timeline scrolling, save it. Now you're able to scroll through your timeline extremely fast. And that's it.
This would actually be good.
Hey guys, you want to learn how to do a TikTok in 5 minutes? Let me show you how to do it. Alright guys, I like to use DaVinci Resolve. Now this is free.
Okay. I'm going to throw this in to watch later. And I'm going to make a stream later where I watch it and react to it. For now, not that one. Let me see. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, that's a screenshot. Okay, so that's it going right. Let's scroll and just get a feel for what this one is. So this is when I got the Feebas. Let's actually get all this. I'm pretty sure this file. Oh. Oh, pretty cool. Okay, so we got that. Okay, bag. Hold in. Cool. Out. Append. Okay, that's okay. If we get a longer string of that's string of seven. I can go he's in a row. I can get 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now one. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is okay. It's a good clip to have. Let's go all the way to the end. Now, one more problem we had. Okay. Actually, I think this is fine. Oh my gosh. All right, this one's going to be it. All right, this one's going to be it. What the heck? All right, this one's gonna be it. Let's make that bigger. This is it. Click. Why is it not clicking? Cool. So we've got some clips, but I don't really like them. So here's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into what is this stream? Let's see. All right, welcome back everyone. So I really do want to get clips from this. First, let's get a clip from the Berry Blender. Because this never updates. So oh man, it's tricky. Okay, so this is where I actually I'm going to change the settings back to this just so I get the full context. And I'm actually going to generate a transcript just so I can quickly scroll through. AI tools, audio transcription. Man, having a good GPU is a game changer. So while that's waiting, basically with this video, what I want to do is show that my berry spinner is actually working. Get the clips for the story, but also more importantly, get a clip that I can post to build hype. Oh. Oh no, what is this?
This is just one of the 3 new GPUs that NVIDIA is launching today, the RTX 5060 Ti 16 gig. Where are the rest of them? Well, that's a good question, isn't it? And when we reached out to NVIDIA's board partners to find the answer, the responses we got back ranged from complete radio silence to, what? So I'm supposed to review these cards with no 5060 to test and no 5060 Ti 8 gig to test and somehow draw a conclusion? This is it. This is the point where the game has gotten so stupid that I'm just not willing to play it anymore. Our job is to give you guys an accurate, non-rushed review of these things. But if NVIDIA can't do their part and actually launch the cards when they say they're launching them, my job is impossible. Not to mention that with the current state of things, anything that we say about the value of these supposedly budget-oriented cards would be meaningless anyway because MSRP needs about a dozen asterisks beside the S these days. Now, to be clear, I'm not blaming Team Green for the state of the global trade situation, but what they do deserve a good old-fashioned tongue lashing for is how they've managed the 50 series launch. They oversold the performance, shipped uncharacteristically buggy software, not to mention hardware. They cherry-picked demos that gloss over some very legitimate downsides to what are, in some cases, legitimately cool features, and then they spread the whole thing out over months in an attempt to dominate the news cycle for far longer than this wet part of the launch deserves. And for what? NVIDIA, your shareholders don't even care about this worthless gaming segment rounding error anymore. And that's actually the first thing that I want to talk about. Because it feels like with all the intimate dinners with presidents and crocodile leather jackets, NVIDIA seems to have become grossly out of touch with the gamers that this, again, budget card is supposed to delight.
Huh? Tiny leather jacket. Didn't you buy expensive GPUs from him? Huh? I said their sponsor Jawa is a legit marketplace to buy and sell used GPUs.
What? Jesus, you think you want good deal on GPUs?
Just go to Jawa.gg.
NVIDIA told us that their RTX 5060 series GPUs, which we will be covering with unboxings and some light benchmarking over on Short Circuit, are laser focused on users of both older 60 class GPUs and game consoles. And if you look at the Steam hardware survey, this approach actually makes sense, at least on the surface. I mean, almost 25% of users are running some form of 60 class GPU, many of which are locked out of fancy features like DLSS frame generation and even DLSS AI resolution scaling for that matter. And we actually plan to explore this upgrade path angle as part of our review. But here's the critical piece that NVIDIA seems to be missing. If I bought a base tier GTX 1060, I'm the kind of person who probably spends about $200 on GPU. Less I can say, but I'm probably not, is the kind of person who spends $300 or realistically $380 or $430 if I want to appropriate amount of VRAM for modern gaming. And NVIDIA's argument only gets dumber if we compare to console gaming. I mean, to be clear, I fully acknowledge the benefits of PC gaming. Steam summer sales, free online multiplayer and voice chat, smorgasbord games and peripherals spanning decades. But for NVIDIA to roll in 1 week after Nintendo's disastrous reveal that the price of the Switch 2 was $450 ago, okay, hear me out. Instead of a whole ass console, you have just the GPU and dinner for two at McDonald's. It's almost comical. Speaking of things comical.
What? Neat. Nice. Real nice. What's not nice is the way NVIDIA has treated basically everyone like crap on this launch. We've talked before at length about how NVIDIA board partners don't have cards, their retail partners don't have products to sell, and
This is just a hit piece. I don't really care. Sorry, Linus. So let's just read through the text. Let me pull up Pokemon game. Since I caught a Feebas, that makes the game a lot more important, right? Because you need that to get Milotic. Sorry, hallucinations. Cool, cool. Oh, he is awake. But yeah, here's where we're at. So we have it where it automatically detects the color. And I'll show you the whole function. So okay, so I think that's probably way better, especially go to the settings real quick and up. But yeah, here's where we're at. So we have it where it automatically detects the color. I think it was image grab wasn't giving us the right thing. So function berry map. We'll give that a try. But now that this is doing nothing, it's actually unnecessary. So if we go ahead and run this, let's see. Oh. All right, Almighty Grok, lead us to victory. So one more thing I'm going to say is, yeah, both of those got registered. Oh. Okay. I feel like that delay is just so bad. Let me. Oh, yeah, what the heck? Hold on. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Of just removing a few functions. And then I think we're ready for the big boys. mask. Man, that's actually, that makes it way better. Laddie Lassie Miss. I think it's a Quaylot. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Oh, wait. Oh, I have a Kelpsie. Let me see. Let me see if I can just change the setting. I don't know why I planted those berries. I could have planted them anywhere. Doing it that way. Let's go ahead and write some code. F, we'll call this harvest. Oh, that's fine. If window core. So here's works. Okay. Watch this. Watch how fast this happens. This. I think I need one more. Okay. So let me just try this. So I go here, I go up. But with down and left. Now let's figure out this whole thing. Right, right, up. Okay. Okay. Honestly, that's it. That's a good bit of footage. Close this. And I must have actually grabbed the wrong. $29.49. All right, function test. Only thing, let's see if Let's generate the transcript real quick. This makes for great content, watching things buffer. Okay. I am gonna call it here, but so far super blown away by it. Right? Pretty incredible stuff. I'm super excited to make another short and show how easily you can put something quality together. So this will be great, great stopping point for the next one. All right, take care.